Welcome back to the adventures of the Florida Powerboat Club with our members here in Destin, Florida. That's the Florida Panhandle. Stu Jones and producer Ryan McCoy in the Pompano Beach studio. We are going to do a complete feature of the 2024 edition of the Emerald Coast Powerboat Week. And it is indeed a 5-day event, depending on how you slice it, where people come in from many states to join us for this adventure along the Florida Panhandle from Sandestin to Pensacola, celebrating 32 years of this epic event. And we're going to do it over 4 episodes, and my producer assures you guys it's going to be jam-packed episodes. That's all kinds of fun, high-speed power boats, people having fun, of course, lots of bikinis, and the soft sandy beaches of Destin, Fort Walton Beach. Before we get started, let's of course thank our sponsors. Our Florida Powerboat Club 2024 calendar year is sponsored by Mercury Racing and by these annual sponsors, including Cigarette Racing Team, Concept Boats, Cortez Cove Marina, Deep Impact Custom Boats, Fountain Power Boats, Midnight Express Boats, Marine Technology Inc., Myco Trailers, Nortec High Performance Boats, Performance Boat Center, SD Marine Group, and by Wozencraft Insurance and Finance. So let's begin by talking about our venue, which is the Emerald Grand Resort here at Destin Harbor. And it is certainly a landmark for us. We've been coming here now since it opened almost 20 years ago. Here's a nice shot of the Emerald Grand. Most of our attendees are going to be staying in one of these 2 towers, all of them with breathtaking views of Crab Island. And a little more to the south would, of course, be the East Pass. So it's a very central location. We do have a lot of boats docked in the immediate area. Many of them right here at AJ's Oyster Bar, which is one of our event sponsors, and of course the hosting venue for the Friday night party. And this is all called Harbor Walk Village, and you can see there's a big fleet of charter boats. They say it's one of the most active fishing charter fleets in the country, and I can pretty much attest to that because these boats are going out every day. The gang at Harbor Walk Village have really turned this into an entertainment complex for the families, and therefore it has become a very family-friendly place. And for us, moving the event into September got us away from that family crowd a little more. I think that's what we needed. It gave us a little more room to breathe, not only here on land-based functions and out here on the water as well, with fewer jet skis and parasails and pontoon boats to try to weave around. So I think we've got a better, safer format for everybody here in the late September time slot. Of course, Margaritaville right here is one of the anchor tenants on property. They're going to be the venue for our Saturday night dinner and awards party. So we kind of have everything all wrapped up in a turnkey walking distance venue for everybody who's here, and I think that's why the 32nd annual Emerald Coast Poker Run has turned in some pretty successful numbers altogether, with a roster of 100 registered teams. Great video from Tyler Jones flying the drone around. A little bit of comic relief here, but reminding us how important it is to tie up those boats and put the straps on. This little John boat slipped right off the guy's trailer on the Highway 98 bridge. Not a great place for that to happen, but this is just a day on the life here in the Florida Panhandle. It's obviously a boating-centric community, but guys, you got to put those straps on. Jackie and the FPC team getting things ready at the Emerald Grand. A lot of moving parts to setting up this venue with 100 teams and 370 registered attendees. And as always, we kick things off on Thursday, the Miss Powerboat Week show, which is again at Margaritaville. And we've got a nice lineup of contestants, and of course we're going to crown the Miss Powerboat Week here at this event Thursday night, but had to get a lot of judges lined up for that. And for the first time ever, we outnumbered the guys. 7 lady judges and 3 dudes. So that's the first time we've ever done that. And I think, if nothing else, that's going to give our contestants some very fair judging tonight. Because the guys, well, they only know how to put one number down, and that's 10, because they're in love with every contestant. So let's roll, guys. And my favorite part about this contest is that I get to stand off the side as the lovely Brittany comes up to open the show. This is an evening wear cocktail dress round, which is going to kick off the show for everybody. Amber Content, our event organizer, who recruited all these lovely ladies and did all of the choreography, which is my favorite part. and she's even doing the emceeing now. So I get to stand off to the side and, make my own notes and, of course, pick my own favorites. But my vote doesn't count. It's all about the judges, and we've got some very, very good competition here with the lovely Avery, who has joined us. And I just don't know where Amber finds all these lovely ladies, but this show is already shaping up to be an amazing lineup of talent. And the good news is a lot of these ladies are going to stick around and help us out with the poker run all weekend long. Of course, the best part of every session is getting all the ladies lined up for the final stand-up. There's 12 of them all together. I don't know where Amber gets them all, but 12 lovely ladies. And as I said earlier, a lot of them are going to stick around and join us for the entire poker run. And since we're up here in the Florida Panhandle, we tend to get a lot of repeats, and some of these ladies will appear again at Orange Beach. So we're getting to know them pretty well. And of course, this segment was just to whet your appetite, guys. The bikinis are going to come out in a future show. And of course, we're going to be announcing the winners in episode number 4. So plenty more to come, but you've got to stay tuned in. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Friday morning, of course, the important business of the poker run is the captain's safety meeting, and this is mandatory for all drivers. We had a full room, and we had a lot of things to go over with the agenda. Of course, the course map is always important because it is a big course, and it is a course that involves a lot of multi-directions. So we don't want to have boats crossing each other, so it was important to establish a routine where we are not crossing and staying in our own lanes and maintaining speeds that are safe. Of course, mandatory life jackets. No drinking, and also the wearing of kill switch lanyards. These are all of the important details that we have to cover in the captain's safety meeting. Of course, this meeting is also attended by local law enforcement, including the United States Coast Guard, Florida Fish and Wildlife, Okaloosa County fire officials, and a lot of the independent fire departments that are involved in the event. And with a lovely wave from our FPC girls who are going to stick around to help us out, it is time to start heading for the boats because we got the Friday Fun Run, which is going to be underway. And a lot of the boats getting ready here at Destin, Harbor Walk Village, and of course AJ's, and several boats coming out of Legendary Marina, which is one of our host marinas for the event, as we come up alongside James and Sonia Redding in their Deep Impact 399. I think there's 3 Deep Impacts altogether registered for this event. And I guess, well, it's no secret now that we're running the Cigarette Flight 1130 Top Gun. Remember, I don't have the new Nortec yet. This is September, and the Nortec was almost finished. Destin Fire Rescue are among many of the on-the-water support services as part of our safety management program. So we want to thank the guys from Destin Fire for coming out to support us, as well as all of the other agencies and law enforcement that are here to support this event year after year. And it looks like we are now flying in our R-66 helicopter. For those of you who are paying attention, yes, I said R-66. We're no longer flying the R-44. here in Destin, because Timberview Helicopters, who are one of the leading chopper companies in the area, have converted their entire fleet to turbine-powered R66. Yes, it costs a little more, but no problem. You guys are good for it, and we always get a lot of help from our club members on those extra expenditures. And to fill that gap, we want to thank Octavio Valdivia, who is a regular here at this event and is attending in his 50-foot outer limits. Got some nice concepts just idling out here along Crab Island. And here's what we're seeing on a Friday afternoon. Look at this, hundreds of pontoon boats. And imagine that it's now September and it's Friday afternoon. It's not even August, and you can imagine on August weekend how many boats are out here. And I think that was the problem that we were having with this event, just too many boats on the water at one given time. And moving it to September has really helped that situation quite a bit. And now getting a chance to see some of the variety in the boats we have, with from catamarans to this 32-foot Sensation. There's another 42-foot cat, a return attendee, Octavio in his 50-foot outer limits. Looks like he's going to size up that pontoon boat, maybe have a little drag race. And of course our factory sponsor, Midnight Express, who are here every year. And lucky them, they were able to recruit some of our FPC girls who are quite energized to be on the event. And here's our good friend Octavio with his 50-foot outer limits Royal Flush. Just took delivery of the boat recently. Has been working on this boat for over a year at the Outer Limits factory in Rhode Island. So now he's taking delivery and is going to be bringing this Outer Limits to a lot of events. And no doubt we're still going to see his center console concept a few times as well. And this must be the Red Cat segment. First it's Octavio, now it's Mikey Boyle in Team CATTITUDE, MTI 39 with a pair of Mercury Racing 500Rs. And here's a guy who likes to do a lot of boating. He does as many poker runs as he can possibly do. I don't know where he finds the time, but Mikey is everywhere, and he only knows one speed, and that's wide open throttle. So he's having fun today on these open waters at the Emerald Coast. And I know we're going to be seeing a lot of these Nortex here on the Emerald Coast run. Not their first time here, but Joe and Stephanie Detloff from Florida, Team Fast Break, Nortec 390 Sports, powered by Quad Mercury Racing 450Rs. This is kind of the standard package for most people that are buying the 390s. Of course, I ordered my boat with triple 400Rs, just a little bit less power, but Joe putting on a great show here today. Altogether, 13 Nortecs registered for this 100-boat roster, making Nortec the leading manufacturer by representation here at this event. Great audio track from those Mercury Racing 700s. Tory Robeson from Minnesota had the boat trailered up from South Florida to be here his first time at Emerald Coast. And now it's one more time with our factory team from Midnight Express, all the way from Miami, here every year, a long way from home, 700 miles to trailer up here. And it looks like Eric is at the helm, and he just did that textbook move by getting the boat into clean water from all his practice of doing these poker runs. Let's talk about the boat. It's a 43 Solstice model, now the most popular 43, which would make it possibly the flagship of the fleet. It's powered by 5 Mercury Racing 500Rs. And jumping right ahead to this Nortec 390 Sport. This is Ivan Lopez with his wife Kyle. They're from Louisiana. Again, a great showing for Nortecs here. This is a brand new 390 with Quad Mercury Racing 400R V10s. It's a nice treatment with a dark metallic charcoal and that all tan interior. It's a new look, a different look for Ivan and for this particular boat. It's an outstanding looking boat. I think he's going to win some awards. We've got some great aerial coverage today for this Friday fun run as these front runners head on to Navarre, but we're going to break away and jump ahead really now to the Saturday morning poker cards, just because it's such a huge segment and we want to give everybody a little taste of what this poker run here is in every segment. So let's go to Saturday morning at Emerald Grand. And here we are, Destin Harbor, looking down on what is about to be the first poker card checkpoint here at Emerald Grand. I think it's definitely the most crowded checkpoint. It's the first checkpoint of the day. And remember that a lot of these boats are coming right out of Destin Harbor and right out of Emerald Grand. Not to mention a lot of those docks back in Destin Harbor where people rented condos and have their own private docks. So there's a lot of boats ready. Lauren is certainly ready, one of our 3 Laurens here on the dock with their poker card pull. And special thanks to the guys here at Boogie's Boat Rentals for giving us their jet ski dock so that we can do this card handoff. Looks like it's Midnight Express. Yes, indeed. It is the Energizer Bunny Hagen Glazer who's going to kick things off here. And this young lady is constantly in motion, mother of 2. Don't know where she gets her energy, but that's where she has earned the coveted title of the Energizer Bunny of almost every poker run. So we encourage the Energizer Bunny attitude, girls. If you want to come up and dance, we love it, and you're going to get lots of love from our cameras too. And now it is Brad Hancock, another Midnight Express Solstice 43. A fairly new boat for Brad. I think he took delivery, I would say, back in the Tampa Bay poker run, which would have been about April. So let's say, 5 months ago, he took delivery of this beautiful blue 43 Solstice, 5 Mercury Racing 500s, and a very eclectic mix of boats, I might say, too, because we just saw a couple of brand new Midnights, but here we are with some classic 1999 and 2000 model year Formula 382s and 353s. This is Stephen and Casey Head and Team TUTZ, and they're almost local. They're from Alabama, so they're really only from maybe 200 miles away, so this is a regular event for them. It's another Midnight Express, this time Tony and Jessica Gilo from Florida's West Coast. That's near the Tampa Bay area, and they are on their second Midnight Express and just finished a complete makeover by Paul Boyden Customs with that beautiful paint job. And we're seeing teams from all over the United States. I believe 20 states represented altogether. This time it's Jeff and Brenda Jacobs all the way from Maryland with this Cigarette 39 GTS Triple Mercury Racing 450Rs. They are avid poker runners. We see them all over the place. They do poker runs from the south all the way up the eastern seaboard. Frank Bolte now with his MTI 44. Crew Chief Sean Evans at the helm. This is a boat that comes up here to the Panhandle frequently, not only here at Destin, but they like doing the Orange Beach event as well. And let's welcome back John and Sean McBain from Panama City Beach area with this Fountain 34. It's got Triple Mercury Racing 400Rs. I'd like to say they're regulars now on this event, not far from home. They like to attend this event as well as the Orange Beach Powerboat Week. Nice to have them here. They are retired military. And drone's going to fly now over this fleet just to give you an idea of this eclectic mix of boats and people. Every kind of boat imaginable, from center consoles to cats to performance V-bottoms, outboards, stern drives, people from all over the United States. 2 international entries, if you can believe that. One from Ontario and one from Germany here this weekend. So we've really got a nice mix of people and high-performance hardware sitting here in the Destin Harbor patiently waiting for their next card. And here's a team that we all know by now. It's Joe and Jen Grulich from Ohio in this new Nortec 390 Sport powered by Quad Mercury Racing 400Rs as Jen assumes the position to grab that card. Not her first rodeo, and you guys would know this if you're watching our show regularly. They just did the Bahamas Island Hop event, including Grand Bahama and the Abacos last month. Now let's welcome back Larry and Heather Montalero from Louisiana, team fully involved. A 2018 model with a pair of Mercury Racing 400Rs. They came from Louisiana. One of 5 teams from that state. Regulars here at the event, but the crew that rode with them, well, it was their first time. Can you guess what kind of boat this is? Of course you can. A Nortec 390 Sport, Guy Wilson from Virginia. This one's got Quad Mercury Racing 400Rs, which just about got wiped out by that pontoon boat. Looks like that guy was in a hurry. But this is what you can expect here when you clog up the Destin Harbor on a Saturday morning. I mean, I don't blame these people. They just want to get out to the sandbar, but we do kind of hog up the whole basin here. But it's only for like a half an hour. So come on, guys, we're putting on a show. And it is Stephen Doomer from Mississippi, Team Loose Cannon, which is a 38-foot cigarette. This one's powered by Mercury Racing 600 SCs. Very rare motors for this boat, 2004 model. And of course, a fixture here at this event for many, many years. Stephen's been a loyal supporter of this event as well as the Orange Beach Powerboat Week. He's from Biloxi, which isn't far away at all, but he did trailer in, and I'm sure that left him a lot more fuel to play around all weekend long. And it's Dan and Nancy Wall from South Carolina, Team Off the Wall. This is a Fountain 38 SCX, brand new boat, 2024 model, with big power, Quad Mercury Racing 500Rs. But the big story for the Walls is that they have their entire family with them. Twin daughters who are 8 and a 4-month-old baby and a bunch of friends. So they have got a boatload of family and fun on board today. That's the way we like to see them do it. That's why the Emerald Coast Poker Run is a family-friendly event, and we love it about this event. And it was so nice to see Bruce and Andrea Mullins back again in Team Coastal Therapy, this 35-foot statement, powered by a pair of Mercury 400 Verados. And yeah, they had fun, and they always have fun. We enjoyed having them with us on the Bahamas Poker Run back a year earlier. So nice to see them back joining us here at Emerald Coast. It looks like we have Amy joining us here on the dock, but Joe and April Parnell from North Carolina are now joining us for their card. Another 38 Fountain, this time it's a TE model, which I believe is popular in North Carolina where people like to do a lot of fishing. This one's powered by triple 400s. We'd like to thank the Parnells for making this their first time here at the Emerald Coast event with this beautiful Nardo Gray 38 Fountain. And let's welcome back a regular attendee, Chad Opaleski, Team Half Cocked, 35-foot Fountain Lightning, and a staggered edition with custom 1,000 horsepower aside. That has got to be a beast. Fun fact about this boat is that the actual boat has been in the club for a number of years through its last 2 or 3 owners. So this is obviously a very unique Fountain 35 with a custom paint job that can't be missed and can't be duplicated. So I know that any of you who've been around this event for a while would definitely know this boat. And another very special welcome to Aaron Swafford, Team Foreplay. Came up all the way from St. Petersburg. That's a long haul to be here. This is a 2021 Fountain 38 TE, Quad 400 Verados, and his big claim to fame is that he went to Lotto and pulled over 90 miles an hour in this boat, winning his class. Okay, going to break away from that Saturday morning segment, get back out onto the water Friday afternoon for the fun run to Juana's in Navarre. Have perfect conditions today on these coastal waters, which are very calm and suitable for every class of boat, so everyone's cooking along at good speeds. Got a chance to team up these 2 cigarettes, my Flight 1130 38 Top Gun alongside of Tori Robeson's 39-foot Top Gun powered by Mercury Racing 700s. Let's listen in to all that horsepower. And of course, that's for all you horsepower junkies, giving you the nice audio of those engines roaring. Now catching up to Mark and Lana Albert from Texas. Team LICKALONAPUS, been here for probably 10 years with this fountain. And in their video bio, Mark said that they love that this is a family event now that their daughter can join us on the run. Well, it's not like she's a 4-year-old that goes to the water park. She's like 32 years old, and she's gorgeous. So, hey, welcome, Cambry. Glad you could join us. Well, we've been watching now Jerry Swanson and his crew on Team Terrible, this big 50 skater. It's got some monster motors that are built by Mike D'Annabelle at Sterling Racing Engines. Look at that rooster tail. Oh, my God. This boat is probably capable of speeds 180 plus, but not that they're going to run those kind of numbers today, but just the fact that you can cruise at $1.25 all day long in these protected open waters. That's what everyone loves about the Emerald Coast. There's just so much great water to run on, lots of space to do so it's safe, and you know, everyone's got their own lane. It doesn't matter how fast you're going. Speaking of that, there's Jack Stewart. They're passing each other at over 100 each. So circling back, we're going to chase down Jack Stewart now on this 32-foot Doug Wright. It's a boat that they've been using on a lot of poker runs. Locals here from the Panama City Beach area, they love to do Emerald Coast as well as Orange Beach, so it's easy to understand why, because this boat is just perfect for these waters. I know that Jack has his eyes on a center console, so I know he wants to get into that kind of boating a little bit, so we're anxious to see where he ends up, so we'll have to keep track of Jack and what's going on in his boating lifestyle. And meanwhile, Jack, thanks for all your support and being such a great member all these years. And speaking of center consoles, well, here's a couple who decided long ago that the center console was ideal for them, James and Sonia Redding from Georgia. In fact, so much so that this is their second Deep Impact 399. This one's powered by Quad Mercury Racing 450Rs. And they have made these poker runs a lifestyle, attending as many events as they can, not only in Florida, but all over the southern states. So as we fly high and wide, let's talk about today's course. Remember, we left from Destin Harbor, and I would say that we're in around the 25-mile mark from Destin to Juana. So it's not a very far run, but it is all on protected waters, so it's a run that most boats can do at speed. I think a lot of boats find that they get there and it's like, okay, well, I want to go have more fun. So some teams actually will run past Juanas and go all the way down to Pensacola. Of course, that is what our plan is for the following day on Saturday. Meanwhile, catching up with Alan Hawley now on this classic 1993 38 Scarab Team Good Gracious. He spent a lot of time restoing the boat. Let's listen into those Bulldog 540s. And it looks like another one of our safety boats out on the course here. And I want to congratulate Navarre Fire Rescue for getting a new on-the-water support boat, and they're a part of our safety management program today. The boat stays stationed right here in Navarre. Thanks to Chief Dan and all his crew for helping us out on this event. Not only on the water, but on land. They have sectioned off the parking lot. Way off in the distance there, you can see the parking lot. They have made a space for our helicopters to land today, so we appreciate all their support. Of course, arriving at this landmark lunch destination called Juana's Pagodas, which has been a fixture on the Emerald Coast event since day one, even long before the Florida Powerboat Club was involved in the 90s. Kevin Rudsky and his team were involved in this event, and we have watched Juana's grow and develop with this event over the years. It used to be just one little tiki hut. Now it's several buildings and structures, and they really have pulled all the stops to make this a very first-class lunch engagement today. I want to thank the Elecomp insurance sponsor, that would be Stephen and Kelly Marino, who are here today. I think they're only attending for one day of the event, but they have been a recurring sponsor on this run every year, often picking up the lunch sponsorship at Juana's for the Friday Fun Run. And just look at all the boats. You know, you can either beach the boat or you can anchor the boat and raft up, and it's quite easy to swim in because you're in relatively shallow water. Of course, it's over their head here, but just a quick swim into the beach and you'll be at your lunch within 5 minutes. But they really have the beach filled up because, of course, this is a big party crash event as well. A lot of the local boaters like to be here for the event, and it's kind of tough for us to monitor or control a lot of that simply because this is a public beach. And the owners of Juana's don't really have control of the entire beach, maybe the section right in front of the restaurant, but that leaves hundreds and hundreds of feet of open beach. And honestly, there's enough here. We like to think that this is a great spectator opportunity for the general public to come in and be a part of the event. As much as we can, we like to get the boats on display front and center, as we have here rafting off this big Sea Ray, which does belong to one of our club members, Hugh Petroni Sr., who is here all the time. He's a good friend with Kevin Rudsky, and we see him on a lot of poker runs. And of course, the black boats, I think that's probably the last time we're going to see them for a while. I think you guys know why. I'll leave that one alone. And then look at all the boats rafting over here on the other side of the pier, and of course continuing down the beach. This is really a powerboating in paradise scene, and of course Juana's is the most popular boating destination in this entire, I'd say, Emerald Coast. From Destin all the way to Pensacola, this is the #1 hotspot on any given day on the weekend. Of course, Juana's has live entertainment every day, as well as great food. Today's menu is going to be a seafood country boil. And I would have to say that with the drone flying overhead and with all the cameras rolling around, this is eye candy on steroids. You get the best of everything here. This beautiful sunny day, a nice sandy beach, all these colorful, beautiful high-performance boats, and of course a lot of bikinis. Did somebody say bikinis? I think I heard something about bikinis. And that means, yes, indeed, we have those lovely FPC girls who competed in the Thursday night Miss Powerboat Week. And today they're going to get barefoot and some sandy toes as they pose for our cameras. We brought in special photographer Jimmy Stewart to join us. A lot of these ladies that are going to be photographed are going to be in the pages of the Florida Powerboat Club magazine, Powerboating in Paradise, as well as the annual Florida Powerboat Club wall calendar. And that might explain why a lot of the girls have green bikinis on in their pictures. So let's go, guys. Well, guys, I could watch this episode 5 times again. That's how great it is. And it's only our first day, really, the Friday Fun Run to Juana's. Thanks to Kevin and all his team here at Juana's. Of course, thanks to the Marinos for sponsoring the Friday lunch here. And also to Octavio for sponsoring our helicopter coverage for the day. We're going to sign off with these beautiful, lovely FPC girls, and the good news is we're going to see a lot more of them over the next few episodes. And guys, that means we've got to sign off now, but you know, we've got new shows just around the corner. You need to subscribe to this channel and click that notification bell so you'll get an update every time a new episode is released. For more information about club membership and upcoming events, visit our website at flpowerboat.com. And you can find more content on our many social media platforms. Thanks for watching, and make boating safety a top priority by always wearing your life jackets. Bye for now.